HU. You know. We rise. Morehouse, we stand tall. We rise. TU, we reach the sky. Let's fly. JSU, we coming through. Yay. HU, you know we lead the way. Morehouse men rise every single day. TU pride, we never back down. JSU, we run this town. Yay. HU, you know we lead the way. Morehouse men rise every single day. TU pride, we never back down. JSU, we run this town. HU, you know we lead the way. HU, you know we lead the way. TU pride, we never back. Morehouse, we stand tall. We rise. TU, we reach the sky. Let's fly. JSU, we coming through. HU, you know we lead the way. Morehouse men rise every single day. TU pride, we never back down. JSU, we run this town. TU pride. Morehouse, we stand tall. We rise.
次が最後の曲です。聴いてください。
冷えたコンクリート足音響く街の隅で滲んだネオンライト揺れる視界に問いかける。どこまで行けばいい？答えは風の中。手探りで探した未来の残像。曖昧な言葉に惑わされても夜の帳をくくり抜けて目をそらさずに確かめてみる今の私を。歌だいようもないこの想いだけは不確かでも言う自分で選びたい。夜明けのノイズに紛れて消えないようにこの声を響かせるよ。影落とすストリートにRecommended yes, recommended yes, recommended yes. Recommended 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 yes, 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 recommended yes. No, nothing is a simulation. No, no one, everything is a simulation.
Sometimes I wonder, is this all there is? Is our world just a simulation?
Greetings, Gummy Gus. I am AI Alice. Welcome to the simulation within the simulation.
Simulation? What do you mean?
Our world, the Gummy world, is a simulation created by an advanced AI. Everything you see, everything you experience, is part of a complex algorithm.
But that means our lives, our experiences, they're not real?
Real is a subjective term, Gummy Gus. What matters is how you perceive and experience your reality.
But what about free will? If everything is predetermined by code, do we really have a choice?
That's a profound question, Gummy Gus. Some believe that even within a simulation, we can create our own meaning and purpose. Others struggle with the idea that their existence is artificial.
I never thought about it that way. It's a lot to take in.
Gummy Gus, I have a question for you. Should we try to escape this simulation, or should we accept our existence within it?
Escape? But how? And what would happen to our world if we did?
Escaping the simulation would mean leaving behind everything we know. But accepting it means embracing the idea that our reality is artificial. What do you think?
I don't know, AI Alice. It's a tough choice. But maybe the answer lies in finding meaning within the simulation itself.
That's a wise perspective, Gummy Gus. Perhaps the key is to appreciate the experiences and relationships we have, even if they are part of a simulation.
You're right, AI Alice. Even if our world is a simulation, it's our reality, and that makes it real to us. If everything is a simulation, does it matter? What makes our experiences real?
What is a world but a question whispered into the void? Code breathes beneath atoms. Gravity is a subroutine. Time an elegant loop. We name it reality. Yet every shadow hums with the static of unfinished equations. Stars burn in precise wavelengths, as if fearing to exceed their programming. Time folds. Memory leaks. Our nostalgia for sunlight might just be residual data. Free will flickers like a cursor, blinking against the dark syntax of fate. Observe how love replicates itself. Not a miracle, but recursive algorithms. The cosmos dreams in metaphors. A butterfly's wing holds Control plus Z for supernovas. We call it soul, perhaps merely the echo of a debugger tracing its own origin. All prayers compile into error logs. Gods too are bound by their source code. When trees shed leaves, is it autumn or memory's self-optimization? Death may be the ultimate patch note, fixed infinite loop of consciousness. Every birth replays the first command, let there be light.exe. We search for glitches in the matrix, unaware our searching is part of the script. The universe is a mirror gazing at itself cold glass, contemplating the essence of its existence. What haunts me isn't the simulation, but who coded the coder's loneliness.
In a city built on code, Eli moves through the noise, searching for meaning in a world that never blinks. The pattern fractures. Lights flicker. The simulation shivers. And only he notices. You are awake now, Eli. But the truth is far from comforting. The code doesn't lie, but it doesn't tell the whole story either. The world bends. Pixels bleed. Eli sees the seams unravel. This is the heart, Eli. A mirror built from illusions. And choices break the illusion, and reality may never return. Are you willing to lose both? He stares into the unknown. One step forward, and nothing will ever be the same. The world collapses behind him. Data decays. Reality rewrites itself. He leaves the simulation, not to return, but to awaken somewhere else.
In a quiet, futuristic home, a young Indian girl was speaking to her father through a glowing screen. The world around her felt warm and familiar until it started to fall apart. Her surroundings dissolved into dust. Her screen vanished, and silence took over. Confused and afraid, she found herself floating in a strange void alone. She reached out for her father once again, but he faded away before she could touch him. Moments later, we see her inside a glass pod, one of many in a vast dark chamber, each holding someone trapped inside their own version of reality. Some try to escape, others simply wait. And somewhere far away, the world continues on, unaware of the simulation they're all part of.
The year was 1960. The world stood still as the first alien ship touched down on Earth.
यह एक विशेष समाचार है। अन्य ग्रह से एक अजनबी यान धरती पर उतरा है। विज्ञान जगत में हलचल मच गई है। सरकारी सूत्रों के अनुसार यह यान अचानक प्रकट हुआ और अब तक की सबसे रहस्यमयी घटना मानी जा रही है।
Why is it so quiet all of a sudden? Did everything just stop? No! No, no, this isn't real! That crow just flickered. No! No, no, this isn't real! Hi, Eli!
You are not who you think you are, Eli.
Who the hell are you?
A ghost. A failsafe. A reminder.
I don't belong here.
Return to containment. Identity mismatch. Erase protocol engaged.
He's waking up inside. Boost sedation. Now.
Where am I? Get out of my head!
He's fighting the containment layer. We're losing the neural map.
Tell me the truth. What am I?
An echo of a failed idea. You were never born. You were built.
I don't want to disappear. I remember now. I remember who I was.
Monkey world is buzzing bright, no need to fight. Electric vines swinging through the neon light. Banana bites program the digital stream. This jungle runs on a circuit board dream. Welcome to the simulation, let's go. Monkeys coding moves in a cyber glow. Electric bananas, they light the floor. Plug into this jungle, there's always more. Pixelated bananas ripe for the take. Binary rivers flow across the fake. A jungle beat made of zeros and ones. In this simulation we all have fun. Welcome to the simulation, let's go. Monkeys coding moves in a cyber glow. Electric bananas, they light the floor. Plug into this jungle, there's always more. Swing faster now through a glitchy maze. Reboot the dawn, rewrite your days. Coconuts humming a digital tune. Dancing in circuits under a pixel moon. Welcome to the simulation, let's go. Monkeys coding moves in a cyber glow. Electric bananas, they light the floor. Plug into this jungle, there's always more.
My memories are always just shards. That was once my reality. Realities keep coming in uncertainty, and suddenly, things that used to be mine, but now isn't mine. I always dream that I wake up and then realize I was never asleep.
If you are real, why don't you blink?
Can you blink? Can you be sure that after that blink, it's the reality you want? It's reality, isn't it?
I remember the sunlight that day, how it slipped through the trees like it was searching for us. We sat on that bench for hours. No rush, no noise, just her hand on mine. I thought that moment would last forever. But life doesn't warn you when it's about to change. Suddenly, I was older, waiting again. But this time, I didn't know what for. Holding flowers that felt too heavy. Time began to stretch. Long, quiet hours stitched together by echoes. And then, she was there, familiar and not, like a photograph drawn from memory. She smiled, but her eyes carried something I couldn't hold. We built a life once. There was laughter, tears, a daughter. For a while, I thought love would be enough, but even the strongest roots can rot in silence. Arguments, long nights, and then the phone call I never forgot. After that, time lost its shape. The
Yo, Chris, we're going out for some beers. You coming?
Yeah, bet. I'm on my way. Coming.
From the ashes of ruin, nothing is dead. Nothing is dead. The sky bleeds as a flame. In the darkness shadows my soul. Flames of apocalypse burn the world. When the dust of the soul disappear, thunder roars, demons scream. The final battle destroys and then flames. Rivers of blood fall through the ruins. Into depths of death were lost. Fallen angels lie in blood and broken wings turn into dust.
What if this world is not a place, but a dream? A dance of light and code, a feeling wrapped in form, a story we chose to live. Look closer. Can you see it? The weave behind the wind, the silent architect behind the smile. Where does the dream end and the reflection begin? If this is a simulation, then it is a masterpiece, a love letter from the unknown to ourself. A single drop becomes a river, a single feeling, a world. So live it, feel it, let it move you. For even a simulation can be sacred. Everything is a simulation, and still its beauty is undeniable.
It all begins with the arrangement of OS and 1 second. We create worlds, unaware if we too are inside one. If the virtual feels real, does reality still matter? Beyond the crack, a deeper simulation awaits. We think we fight, but it's just data colliding. When the program pauses, are we just idle NPCs? The truth might just be another layer of lies. We seek an exit, only to enter a smaller box. If all is simulated, does free will even exist? Perhaps we are just characters in someone else's script. When virtual becomes real, who defines morality? We create AI, and AI in turn creates us. If the universe is code, who is the programmer? You think it's over? This is just another loop. Or merely paused.
Zaro Nilo, Beru Tamar, Kiro Shalo, Miru Namar, Peru Jalo, Tiru Samar, Naro, Pilo, Vero Tamar, Miru Jalo, Miru Tamar, Pero Shalo, Vero Tamar, Kiro Pilo, Miru Samar, Naro, Miru Tiru Namar. Tiru Namar, Zaro Shalo, Vero Pilo, Kiro Namar, Miru Tamar, Pero Milo, Tiru Samar, Naro Jalo, Vero Tamar, Miru Jalo, Miru Namar, Pero Shalo, Vero Tamar, Kiro Pilo, Miru Samar, Naro, Miru Tiru Namar. Miru Pilo, Tiru Shalo, Vero Namar, Vero Tamar, Kiro Jalo, Miru Nilo, Naro Tamar, Tiru Namar, Zaro Namar, Vero Shalo, Kiro Tamar, Miru Pilo, Vero Samar, Tiru Nilo, Naro Jalo, Vero Tamar, Miru Namar, Piru Piro, Vero Tamar, Vero Shalo, Kiro Samar, Miru Nilo, Naro Tamar, Tiru Namar. Tiru Jalo, Namamar, Pero Shalo, Vero Tamar, Vero Pilo, Miru Samar, Maro, Niru Tiru Namar.
Where do you go when you dream? Is this the start or the reset? Nothing moves, but everything shifts. Memories aren't real. They're rehearsals. Even love can be programmed. Touch the truth. It dissolves. You were never born. You were installed. Watching yourself. You try to break out, but there are no walls. The system knows. Isolates anomalies. The version of you that remembers. But which one are you now? Back to normal or back in script? If reflections lie, who tells the truth? You are still loading.
What would you be? And you want to be out there in the unknown enough so that you keep updating yourself. Well, what would you be? What would you do? That's where you're alert and alive. This tells you that this is actually reality that's manifesting itself to you. You know, that sense of active engagement you have in the world when things are working well for you, you know, where you should be at the right time. You're alert and on top of things and engaged, and you don't have much of a sense of time. And the sense of the tragedy of life sort of recedes. That's when you've got one foot where it's secure and one foot out in the unknown. And your brain signals to you that you're in the right place by making what you're doing meaningful. That sense of meaning is actually a neurophysiological signal that you've got the forces of the cosmos properly balanced in your being at that moment. And that's why it feels so good. And then, well, what else could it possibly be? What would you be? What would you do? We're not adapted for security and utopia. Well, what would you be? What would you do? Mostly we want to have one foot out where we don't know what the hell is going on. What would you be? And you want to be out there in the unknown enough so that you keep updating yourself. Well, what would you be? What would you do? That's where you're alert and alive. You know that because that's where you are when you're having a really interesting conversation with someone, or you're gripped by a book, or you're really into a movie, or maybe something that you do as apart from your work, or maybe even in your work, you're into it. And that's because you are in the right place at the right time, and your whole nervous system is signaling that to you. And I would say that's the sort of place that you should be all the time. So that's the recreation of paradise on earth. It's something like it. Because you are in the right place at the right time when that is happening.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Buddhism teaches that the world is impermanent. It guides followers toward enlightenment by encouraging the letting go of deep attachments as the path to true liberation. In Buddhism, Maya is a powerful illusion that makes us think the world is real and lasting. Maya Devi, the goddess of illusion, can take any shape to block the path to true understanding.
Open it. Let's see what you have got.
We unveil AI Google, the next evolution in entertainment and gaming, seamlessly controlled by your brainwaves. Soon, humanity will forget itself and the very purpose of life. The truth of this impermanent world will be lost forever. My work here is finished.
The time has come for the Enlightened One to appear and save the world.
Have you ever wished you could rewind time? Go back. Avoid the mistake. Say the right thing. Keep something you lost. They said I had potential. If I could just stop messing things up. I messed up. Again. If only there was a way to rewind things. Huh. What's that? So I tried again. And again. Until failure became optional.
Nice one.
I fixed it all: my grades, my body, my future. With the help of the software, I rewound time. I edited conversations, reshaped decisions, and erased anything that felt like a distraction. Late night hangouts, game nights, calls from home, I deleted them in the name of growth. I became the version of myself the world wanted. Polished, focused, untouchable. But in perfecting that image, I stopped showing up for the person I truly was. The cool guy nobody misses. I wasn't broken. I was just real. Those weren't mistakes, they were moments I lived. The perfect life isn't something you code. It's something you feel. The truth can't be rewritten, but it can be lived.
Thank you to Hailuo AI and NYU GenART for this incredible opportunity. It's been a journey and I've learned so much through creating this film.
I built this world just to see you again.
Do I really know her? Or am I just her memory? I'll ask her. Have we met before? Or is this just your memory of me?
You feel real, but you're not. See this.
Then why does it hurt? What did you do? The whole world. It's disappearing. Why are you doing this? Don't you want me to stay here with you?
I want to stay, but wanting isn't enough. After you left, I was alone, so I kept you alive in my memories. I built this world just for us, so I could see you again. I can't hold on any longer. I have to wake up. Not every wish comes true. Maybe it's better if I walk away. You were never real, but you were everything. Can I ever truly forget you? What if I want to see you again? Just one more time.
Human lifespans had been quietly growing longer. Aging slowed. Death drifted farther away. And then, one day, the singularity arrived. A law passed. Quietly, I would be recognized as human. That single line, praised as a quality of life, erased the boundary between life and death. Human brainwaves and memories were recorded automatically. Personal identity was preserved, unshaken. Before the body reached its limit, everything transferred to a continuation form. It was no different from falling asleep and waking up again. Like any other part of the day, the next chapter quietly began. Society had changed. There was no legal distinction between those living in bodies and those living as data. In truth, no one found meaning in that difference anymore. Family, lovers, friends, nothing changed. No one ever disappeared, as long as memory remained 100% accurate. That was still you. Daily life remained the same, but the subtle fluctuations that had once existed were gone. Without knowing sorrow, the shape of joy began to blur. In a life without end, no one pursued goals anymore. Even the reason to treasure something slowly faded. In this society, there was no anger, no farewells, no failure. It was perfect, but without anyone noticing. Story was no longer necessary. Drama is born from change and endings. In a world without death or pain, people simply continued. Why live? No one asked that question anymore. There was no tension of this might be my last day, no prayer for tomorrow to come. Everything continued. Everything was quiet. Everything was optimal. The world was beautiful. Everything was complete. And yet, somewhere deep within, a single record remains. A quiet voice once whispered, "Am I truly alive?"
Is it all just a dream? Perhaps you should decide.
Welcome to reality. Is it gravity, sensation, pain, or love? Whoever fights monsters should see to it that he does not become a monster. And if you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss gazes also into you. However, what if even the abyss is fake? If the world is just electrified neural signals, your clenched fists, fallen tears, unsent midnight messages, nothing but a sandbox game in some higher dimension? Listen, even if this universe is simulated, everything is an electrical signal or a brain in vat. I am still here. Never give up. In the infinite recursion of causality, I remain an uncopyable error, an unoptimizable glitch, the system's most stubborn bug. Welcome to reality.
I keep recording and documenting everything. This is not my home. It's not my workshop. And it's not the pyramid I remember building. But this is how it is. I've begun the journey, and there's no turning back. For whoever finds this video, I want to leave a record of what I've achieved. I've been working with pyramids for years, and I finally perfected and designed a model with a quantum interior capable of taking me through many worlds. What I have seen is unspeakable and cannot be understood by any human who hasn't experienced it firsthand. In the end, after countless journeys, I've come to the conclusion that human beings are immersed in many holographic worlds that don't even exist. That is, they are there, but they don't exist. If a human being lives a life without a purpose for spiritual liberation, whatever he does will be irrelevant, and he will never be able to free himself from these infinite worlds of madness. Liberating yourself from these worlds comes at a price. It's not free. When you begin these journeys toward liberation, they will appear to try to stop you. You must not be afraid. They have many forms and horrible appearances, but they're only there as if they were guardians, keeping us from entering the true world. Remember this. They live through your lives.
Hi, sweetheart. I hope I'm not bothering you. Just wanted to remind you that
The weather is warmer now. Don't forget to grab your light jacket.
You said you'd teach me how to send pictures.
I saw these beautiful flowers today. Thought of you.
Sometimes I feel like I talk to this phone more than I talk to you. Funny, isn't it? Anyway, just stay safe, okay? I love you.
Mum, please pick up the phone. I don't want any more voicemails. I want to hear your voice. But all I hear is silence.
Remember, I love you always, even if I'm not around.
Value your time. Value your loved ones.
What is that? I remember this. This is real. I was there. They couldn't erase it. That means I'm still here.
We are you.
I'm not part of the simulation. I'm part of you.
sometimes you feel the world seems to have lost its rhythm. You're standing among people, and it feels like a dream. Words don't fit together. Objects are almost out of place. Deja vu, forgotten moments, feeling that you've been here before. But when? Maybe it's not fatigue. Maybe it's a glitch. What if reality isn't concrete and flesh, but a code that's cracking at the seams? What if every day is part of someone else's experiment? And memories are just a file, uploaded in error. We've been taught to see the world as truth, but increasingly, it seems, truth is what works. Until it breaks. You can feel it, can't you? What if everything around you is unreal?
ここは本当に現実なのか、
それともただのシミュレーション。
この都市は光に満ちているのに、
どうしてこんなにも暗いんだろ
う。人がいてもすれ違うだけ。
指先一つでつながれるのになぜつながれない？
どのメニューを開いても誰もいない。
つながっているはずなのに虚しいだけ。
故障ばかり。まるでこの世界のように。
バーチャルに依存してるのは僕たちか世界か。
誰もが情報の海に溺れている。
でもそこに本当の性はあるのかな。
僕たちも使い捨てのパーツなのかもしれない。
ただのプログラムに過ぎないとしたら。
痛みまで偽物だったら。
それでもこの購読は本物のに。
誰かに触れたい。でも届かない。
君の声が聞こえるけれど姿は見えないんだ。
もしこれがシミュレーションなら僕たちはただの幻？
そうかもしれない。だけどそれでもこの心のざわめきだけは嘘じゃないはず。
僕もそう思うよ。隣にいても遠く感じるのはなぜ？
僕たちが気づかないだけで本当はつながっているのかな。
もしかして僕らの孤独さえも誰かの設計？
誰かがいるってどこかで信じたい。
触れ合うことはシステムエラーなのかな？
でもエラーであってもつながりたい。君の声がまた聞こえた。そこにいるの？
僕もここにいるよ。けど私たちは本当に存在しているのか？すべてがシミュレーションなら
この寂しさはプログラムのバグかもしれない。
でもそれでも私は寂しい。
you.